7.
Animal welfare groups are hoping the popularity of the recent documentary series Tiger King will help spur legislation to outlaw private sales or displays of exotic animals, including tigers and lions. The twisted tale of roadside zoo owner Joe Exotic became a coronavirus sensation, but it also hits close to home. Some of the animals sold illegally ended up right here. George Knapp of the I-Team has the story.
We have nothing to hide. You want to come in, make an appointment.
As millions of viewers now know, roadside zoo owner Joe Exotic had plenty to hide.
We got to get our tickets.
Not only the murder for hire plot that sent him to prison,
I have a judgment against me from some down there in Florida,
but also the shady and illegal breeding and sale of endangered species, including lions and tigers. It's big money, under the table, but a life of misery for the big cats. Not surprisingly, that trail leads from Joe Exotic to southern Nevada.
Nevada has been a hotbed for the exotic animal trade for many, many years. It's astonishing that people have a 300 or 400 or 500 pound carnivore as a pet. It's astonishing to me that people are breeding these animals just so kids or adults can hold them for a couple of minutes, and they do not care what happens to the animal for the rest of their lives.
It's a major conspiracy and cover-ups for people who are involved in animal cruelty.
As far back as our 1996 interview, Nevada's most infamous owner of exotic animals, KARL Mitchell, felt he'd been unfairly targeted by dark forces, government, cops, animal welfare groups, the media. Mitchell has moved from place to place in Nye County in the last 25 years, but there are common threads. He's always got a caged menagerie of exotic animals, in particular big cats, in facilities that failed to meet even the bare minimum standards. Signs posted at previous homes claimed they were government facilities. The latest warns against any trespassers, especially government agents of any kind. His animosity toward federal inspectors isn't new.
Someone like him who doesn't respect laws at all and is going to do what he wants to do.
Linda Faso has shadowed Mitchell for years. Mitchell not only has a long criminal history with more than a dozen arrests in Nevada, but a reputation through the world of animal handlers. He was arrested in California for trying to run over a pair of state game agents. According to one of his former wives, he was banned from working on Hollywood sets because of animal cruelty. Mitchell put that wife, KARI, BAGNALL, in the hospital, she says, with broken ribs and a warning.
He's calling and threatening me through my family, through friends.
Threatening to do what?
He's going to hunt me down. I'm afraid he's going to kill me.
The word eventually got around in Las Vegas. Former Tiger owner Mike Tyson hired, then fired Mitchell. On the set of a Super Dave Osborne TV shoot, hairstylist Katie Taylor saw Mitchell in action.
And he started beating this chimp on the back. And we're all like, what are you doing? You know, and finally he turned to somebody, because somebody says, what are you doing? And he said, well, that's how I get him to do what I want him to do.
Beating him in the back?
Beat him in the back. Just beating him, punch him.
The Pahrump Valley is riddled by exotic animals in backyards, but even there, Mitchell stands out. USDA inspectors have issued dozens of citations to Mitchell for tiny, filthy cages, the lack of food and water, and other cruel infractions. His license to exhibit animals was permanently revoked in 2001.
Anything to say, KARL?
Mitchell went to prison 3 years later for stealing from Nye County, which hired him as its animal control officer. When he got out of prison, he acquired a new batch of big cats, purchasing some of them from a now famous operation in Oklahoma. According to federal court documents filed by Nye County, Mitchell has continued to flaunt the law by exhibiting his animals.
He has disregarded numerous USDA cease and desist orders. He has disregarded numerous orders for him to pay civil penalties. And the USDA has not done anything to follow up on its own orders. The Department of Justice has not done anything yet to follow up on his own apparent trafficking of tigers from Oklahoma.
Carney Nasser was instrumental in getting federal agents to finally take a hard look at Joe Exotic. Records show Mitchell obtained at least 5 animals from Joe Exotic's roadside zoo as recently as 2018. 2 of them baby tigers. Nye County says Mitchell has close to a dozen tigers in the compound he currently uses. KARL Mitchell is suing Nye County in federal court to block the removal of his tigers. Mitchell says the cats are his therapy animals to help with his PTSD. George Knapp, 8 News Now.
KARL Mitchell declined to comment to the I-Team. Animal welfare organizations say Nevada is one of 4 states in the country without laws to control private ownership of exotic species.